Hey y'all, it's Sierra, aka Capricorn Moon Goddess, back with another video just to show y'all a new deck that I got. This is not a brand new deck, but it's new to me. Okay, it's the Tarot of the Witch's Garden by Sasha Graham, and the artwork is by Natasha Ilinik. I know I said that wrong. I know I said that wrong. Okay. Oops. But here's the names. Okay, and this is the box it comes in. I have my camera focused down so you can't really see it. I guess I can move it upwards, but I'm just gonna leave it how it is. So yeah, this is the box. Nice box. It is a magnetic closure. This is what it looks like on the inside. So yeah, I just got this and I really like it. So I don't really do a whole lot of deck reviews anymore. But I'm just going to go ahead and show y'all the cards. They are out of order because I just did a reading for myself with the cards. So yeah, let's look at the cards and then we'll look into the book. This is actually a book that I would actually use. I don't typically use a lot of guidebooks. There's a few authors where I will use their guidebooks, like Alana Fairchild, or like people who really put a lot of artwork, like really put a lot into the artwork, where they are actually artists who create the decks themselves. I'll usually use their guidebooks too, because there's usually a lot of backstory behind the artwork. So I kind of want to know where they were coming from, as well as using my intuition. But this is one guidebook that I would actually use. So we'll look at that in a minute, but let's just look at, let's look at the guidebook really quick so I don't have to, so I can then zoom in and then look at the cards. Okay, so we'll talk about the cards in a minute. This is the guidebook. It is a pretty thick guidebook, so that's why the box is so big. And this is a nice price deck. Okay, it is $32.99. I'm pretty sure I got it for less than that on Amazon because there was probably a sale or something. But you know, it is more expensive, more on the expensive side for a mass market deck. Okay, now the card stock, a lot of people that make independent decks, like I make my own decks, I use the same kind of card stock. It's linen card stock. My Motives and Intentions deck has this linen card stock. So, I guess the mass market decks are using this kind of card stock as well. The reason why I like linen card stock, it's kind of softer. It's easier for people with small hands. I have really small hands. It's easier for us to shuffle this kind of deck. Okay, so let me show y'all the Light Seers Tarot in this. So you see how much thicker the Light Seer Tarot deck is because of the cards. I have to, you know, I have a time trying to shuffle this with my small hands. But this has the same amount of cards because they're both tarot decks, and it's a lot easier for me to shuffle. So I really like that. This is very vibrant. So I'll show you the cards in a minute, but so this is pretty much the same type of card stock that a lot of independent deck creators will use, only our decks cost a lot more because we don't have a mass market publisher behind us. So you would pay like $70 for this type of deck on Etsy, whereas it's like $30 something from, who published this? Let me see. Llewellyn, okay, because they're able to buy like a lot of decks up front. So when you're able to buy like 1,000 decks up front, that makes the cost that you pay to print each deck cheaper. So a lot of people ask, why are the independent decks a lot more? That's why. They're pretty much the same quality. So it's not like these publishers are using better quality. It's just that they have more money to basically buy the decks in bulk, and it makes it cheaper for them to buy, therefore cheaper for them to be able to sell it for. So I just thought it was interesting, like, oh, so they using the same cardstock we use now, because usually you don't see a lot of mass market decks with this linen type of cardstock. So anyway, that's my tangent. Back to the book. This is oh, this is interesting. So the name of the book is different than the deck. So the deck is Tarot of the Witch's Garden. And then the book is Secrets of the Witch's Garden. Okay. This is the Hierophant card that's on the front of this. So, very nice book. This is the author and the artist. This is, I was watching another reader and she was saying the book smells so good. It does. It smells like fresh paper. Fresh paper, fresh ink. Very, very nice smell. Like she was saying, it's not a toxic chemical smell. It's just a nice, fresh paper smell, okay? So you can smell it as you flip through the book. And look, the book is in color. All of the pages are in color. Very, very nice to look at, okay? And she's got some extra stuff in here. Not only just the meanings. She's got some poems or little incantations and all of that in here. She's telling you how to use the book. I usually don't read stuff like this. I just do what I want to do. Rules of garden magic. Everything is energy. Nature speaks if you listen. Clear space and set boundaries. Show up and do the work. Plant seeds of desire. Cultivate when the time is right. So she has a lot of advice here. Oh, is she telling you how to garden? So she's explaining tending to the soil in a garden. So she's relating gardening to tarot. It says, earth is the garden's foundation and a thriving garden requires healthy soil. A tarot practice also requires healthy bedrock. Here you will find card basics. Earth is where the body, self, and soul should be grounded every time you take up work with the cards. Take a moment to clear the mind and focus on the breath. Imagine the bottom of the feet rooting into the ground beneath you. This rooted connection will keep you tethered when you are off and flying with the cards. The imaginative landscape beneath will grow and expand with each tarot experience. Y'all, my allergies are bad, so you're gonna have to excuse that. Me sniffling and all that. So she's telling you how to take care of the cards. I will say with this type of cardstock, eventually the sides kind of do get damaged. So that's the only downside to linen side cardstock. So Tarot Grimoire. A grimoire is a witch's book of spells. It is a personal repository of magical experience. Tarot is a book of magic whose pages change with every shuffle. Keeping a tarot grimoire is highly recommended. Writing the information received. So she's talking about tarot journal, keeping a tarot journal. I actually do have a tarot journal that I created and I used to sell. I'm thinking about selling it again. And it's just, you know, for you to keep track of your readings and the information you get. She's going over tarot reading essentials. So for somebody who is a beginner, this would be a good book to read. Now she's talking about planting seeds. So it looks like she goes through each step of gardening. So you start with tending to the soil, then you plant the seeds. And now she's going into the major arcana. And each major arcana has its own page, but she's explaining what the major arcana is. So the major arcana is usually like big events that are happening, large cycles that are closing, something major. That's why it's called a major arcana. But let's see what she says. Tarot 78 cards are broken down into the major and minor arcana, which I explain all of this in my tarot journal that I created as well. So I like the fact that she's very thorough because I'm a very thorough person. So because I'm a creator, I can tell when somebody else has put a lot into their creation. So she really did put a lot into this book. The pages are very nice pages as well. So Tarot 78 cards are broken down into the major and minor arcana. The word arcana stems from the root word arcane. I think that's how you say it, meaning secret. The entire deck is broken into major secrets and minor secrets. The major arcana is numbered 0 through 21, the Fool through the World. Major arcana cards reflect influential and major life moments. Yeah, what I said. The major arcana reflects the story of the witch's journey. The witch's journey is in the initiation of learning and experience leading to soul growth and evolution. Okay, we don't really need that part. The major thing is, the major arcana speaks for itself. Major events. Okay. She's explaining the Fool, the Strength card, the Devil, and the World. So she explains what some of the cards mean. Then she explains the minor arcana. The minor arcana reflects day-to-day life moments, while the major arcana tend to be soul-shaking. The minors are the ins and outs of regular life. It is composed of 4 suits and aligning court cards. So, again, for someone who is a beginner, this would be a good, this will be a good deck to start with. It does shift a little bit from the traditional meaning. Some of the cards are not the same as the traditional Rider-Waite meanings, but you can read intuitively with these cards because the artwork is so good. Okay, so she's explaining what the different suits are, okay? Like, what do the swords mean? Wands, cups, what do they represent? All of that. She's going into tarot and astrology and tarot and numerology as well. Like, there's so much that I can't go through all this right now. Clandestine color. She's explaining how what the symbolism of colors are. She gives you an example of how to use color to get intuitive information. I mean, this is just a lot of good information here. It's not a bunch of mumbo jumbo, just random stuff thrown together just to say there's a guidebook, okay? So yeah. Cultivating depth and meaning. So this is like a teaching tool. Now that the seeds of a tarot practice have been planted, it's time to dig in, okay? So she says the card descriptions include a number to aid in numerological shortcuts, a short keyword provided as a shortcut into the card's meaning, an astrological association assigned by the Golden Dawn, a charm, rhyme, and incantation for the tarot spells, okay? An explanation of the card, all that. So reversals, how to read upright. So she's saying what each page for each card explains. One of the, you see how this is in color? Like, even if you don't feel like, let's say you don't feel like doing a reading for, like, with the cards, you could literally take this book and just, like, randomly be like, okay, I'm going to pick a page. King of Wands. Okay, let me read the King of Wands. Like, you can literally just do that. Like, yeah, oh, okay. This is actually I wanted to go over this card with y'all. 7 of Wands, because this one is one of the cards that's not the traditional. 7 of Wands is usually having to defend yourself against people rising against you. But in this particular card, you can see it's almost like these people are aiding her, not trying to work against her. These people are behind her. Like, it's like she's leading the charge here. But usually the 7 of Wands is people trying to work against you and you having to defend yourself. So let's read what this says, because I wanted to show y'all the difference between this 7 of Wands and the traditional Rider-Waite. So as you can see, there's full color pictures of the cards. Okay, so here's an example of the guidebook. 7 of Wands, Soul Fire, Mars and Leo. Flames of fire, accept it all. Send the message, make your call. Mystical 7 will aid you well as you cast True Passion's spell. That's her incantation. She explains the artwork. A witch twirls gracefully on one toe. Her hair flies as a wand energy spirals upwards. She has gleaned inspiration from the witch on horseback in the 6 of Wands, and now has stepped forward to cast an enchantment of her own. The 7 of Wands reflects putting inspiration into action with big, bold gestures. 6 figures below, each with torches in hand, lend the witch their combined energy. It is the essence of shared group vitality. So they're working together to create even stronger energy. Wands mark the conduit of magic pulsing through each participant. Energy erupts when communities fuse and focus to create something new and beautiful. The Seven of Wands is heeding the call of spiritual dance. It is taking good advantage of a power position and fostering action to make it stronger. The secret of the Seven of Wands is the illumination of something new and unexpected. Just when it seems your story has concluded, a new chapter unfolds. You stand on higher ground than ever before with a new inspired vision. You move onward to new heights with power and precision. Upright. The upright meaning of this card is action and energy, focusing on advancing the position. Personal knowledge used for empowerment. Knowledge lights the way. Advance. Risk pay off. Help arrives when least expected. Unanticipated surges of power. Let go and trust the process. So those are the upright meanings. Reversed or upside down, defensive and fearful. Vicious attacks. Venom replaces pleasure. Inspiration turns to violence. So for this card in this book, the reverse meaning is really what the upright meaning is in the traditional tarot. But I feel like with this book, because with the traditional Rider-Waite, there are some cards that are negative no matter how you read them, upright or reversed. Seven of Wands is pretty much one of those cards where it's just not a good card. But she took a positive spin for so she decided to deviate from that and make the upright meaning positive and then the reverse meaning negative, okay? So, yeah, just wanted to show y'all that. But like I said, it's very intuitive. So you can tell from the artwork that, oh, this is them working with her, not working against her. Okay, so you can still use your intuition. You don't have to read the book to know, oh, her definition is different than what the typical one is. So, yeah, she gives, like, Venus and Aquarius is what she's associating with Five of Swords, all of that stuff. So, yeah, this is what the book is. She's got spell casting steps on the back. Write out your magical intention, gather corresponding items, consider timing, cleanse, visualize, express gratitude, release, and trust. She goes into how to harvest your magic. So yeah, this is like a pretty cool book. She has spreads for those of you who like spreads. I don't care for spreads. That's one more thing I gotta try to remember. I just ask questions as I'm doing the reading if I need clarification on something. But she does have spreads in here. She's got a spell for love. Okay. Then she's got home and garden spread, finance spread, spell. Oh, each page of the spreads has a spell. So spell for romantic love. And then here's some spreads. Spell for the home of my dreams, and then here's more spreads. Happy home spread, ancestral wisdom. Fairy godmother spell. Then she's got love spread and health spread. Sounds night sleep spell, and then she's got more spreads. She has a past life spread, life transition spread, spell for future self, life choices spread, sacred soul spread. Okay, so yeah. Ace of Pentacles, Garden Path spell, Dreamwork spread. Okay, yeah, she's got a spell to banish a ghost. We could all use a good banishing spell. And then she's got the tarot card pictures, as you can see. This is probably the death card. Spell to increase psychic power. And then she has a section to write to the author and artist. If you wish to contact the author or artist or would like more information about this book, please write to the author or artist in care of Llewellyn Worldwide, and we will forward your request. Oh, that's the publisher, like, saying you can reach out to them if you have more questions. So this book description, filled with archetypal animal, plant, and mineral energies, Tarot of the Witch's Garden features a gorgeous landscape created for witches like you. By the way, this has a lot of women in this deck. So if you like your decks to be more balanced with men and women, there are men in this deck, but it's definitely more women than men. I usually do not like that, but I don't have a problem with it in this deck. Okay. So yeah, I think this is a really good book, and I think it is worth looking at and reading. And I usually do not, is my light all the way on? It is. I usually do not bother to even barely even take the decks out the box. I mean, the books out the box. Okay, I really don't be caring about the books like that. But I think this one is one that is worth reading. So now let's look at the cards. This is what the backs look like. Okay. And I'm just going to quickly go through them. You can pause if you want to see a particular card. Okay. Love this Empress card here. Love this Emperor card. So funny that they were right next to each other. Look at the artwork. Two of Cups. This is why when people are like, I don't read tarot, I only use my intuition. Good for you. I happen to like artwork. I appreciate artwork. Yes, I'm very intuitive. Queen of Wands. But I love, like, look at this. Look at the detail of her henna. It looks like a henna tattoo maybe, or a tribal. Okay, so I'm just going to be quiet now and go through the cards. I may add some music. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just do a silent walkthrough now. Let me show y'all some of my cards that are my favorite, and then we'll do the silent walkthrough. All right, y'all. So these are some of my favorites. This Ten of Wands, I really like this card because Ten of Wands is usually about burdens. You have a lot of burdens on your shoulders, but this card represents having resources, things that you need. She needs these Six of Fire. So it's carrying the things that you need instead of burden. So I like that. I like this Magician card. It's a woman in this card. It's just beautiful artwork, just very nice artwork. I like how she has her hand upwards. It's like very, very graceful, but powerful at the same time. Regal, graceful, but powerful. Don't mess with me energy. Okay. Love the Justice card. As a Libra, I'm always looking at the Justice cards to see if I like them or not. And I really like this one. Definitely like represents like warrior type energy. Because of the Justice, strong but still feminine, balance, a balance of masculine and feminine, which I really say as a Libra, we have a lot of duality, and a lot of times I do have a lot of masculine energy that comes out. That can be pretty intimidating, even though I'm super tiny. So I really, really love this card. She didn't disappoint me with the Justice. Okay. I like this Eight of Pentacles, how it shows an older woman working with younger children instead of just one person. And then there's even little, whatever these creatures are, I don't know what they are, but it's like they are enjoying the work that they're doing. It's not, usually the Eight of Wands is like not necessarily enjoying the work. It's dauntless, it's repetitive, but they're enjoying each other's company while working. And then you've got multiple like ethnicities here too, which I like that. I like the Five of Pentacles, how she is pulling this guy up off the ground to like help him to keep going. Okay, so it's like he wanted to possibly give up, but she's helping. This is a pretty nice Seven of Pentacles card. She's got some tarot cards down here. It looks like she's in contemplation. So she's not in a rush to like pick the fruits of her labor. She's kind of just standing there thinking. So I think that'll be interesting to read with. I really like this Seven of Cups. As a matter of fact, so let me show y'all the Seven of Cups in the book, because she put a lot of effort into this particular message in the book. Bear with me, y'all. This is one of those decks where it deserves the time to like go through it, because she put so much work in it. So if you want to fast forward to me just flipping through the cards, you can do that. So this is the 7 of Cups. And hold on, I can't get the page. She literally goes into what each cup means. Cup 1, a vibrant victory wreath rises from the cup, connecting it to the world card. Like cup 2, 3. She's literally explaining what's inside of each cup, what it means, what astrological sign it's connected to, or what other tarot card. Like, that is a lot of work that went into that. So I was impressed. Okay, but other than that, I really like the artwork. Once again, I like having multiple ethnicities in the deck, being very diverse, and it's just beautiful. And it shows she's in contemplation. Usually 7 of Cups is like you can be a little overwhelmed, but it's more like she's in contemplation. She might be a little distracted, but it looks like meditation, almost like she just kind of went into a zone. Here's the World card. I think that's very, very beautiful. The Death card. As you can see, these are really intuitive to read with. Ace of Cups, and they're dropping a pentacle into the cup. 3 of Cups. Nice gathering. 5 of Cups. Love this Emperor card. One of the few men. Love this Empress card. Love this Queen of Wands. Okay. The Hermit. She's outside instead of inside. That's interesting. It's like she's venturing outside, which is different than the usual meaning. And then here's the Hierophant. So the artwork is just beautiful, just gorgeous. So I'm going to go ahead and do a flip through so you can just see all the cards. I won't be talking in that. So thank you for taking the time to watch, and stay tuned for the flip through.